Welcome back, Fantasy Moto fans, to the PulpMX Fantasy Show. I am Donnie from RotoMoto, and in this video I have 5 riders I want you to look at when making your picks for the 7th round of Pro Motocross at Millville, tips for the FFL, the weather report, race day schedule, and an early look at what my team could be come Saturday. And stick around until the end to find out how you could win race shoes and autographed memorabilia, even if you aren't good at the game. This week is a little wonky on the ins and outs. The biggest blow is the red-hot Levi Kitchen breaking his wrist during practice this week and out for the foreseeable future. His teammate Matt LeBlanc will also miss the round after breaking his collarbone last week at Southwick. We have Ryder D returning to the series for one more before Loretta's. RX Suzuki's Carson Mumford is tabbed to return this week after taking the brutal sand track off in his quest to rehab from injury. 450 side sees 2 guys return and 2 more make their 2022 outdoor debut. The Chiz will make the first of possibly 2 starts this weekend, as well as Cade Clayson. Also, BBMX's KTM's Freddie Noren returns after missing a handful of rounds with a back injury. For this week, I have 3 guys to target, 1 to avoid, and a high handicap guy for you gamblers out there, starting with the little class, working our way up. 250 All-Star is a little tight up at the top with 3 guys under 3 handicaps, so let's just get a little more wiggle room with Justin Cooper. The Star Racing Yamaha veteran boasts a 4 handicap this weekend after returning to form last week, going 3-4 in the sand. The New York native has finished inside the top 5 in 7 of 12 motos this season, and if you remove that disastrous opening round, that is a 70% clip, and with Kitchen out, that's just one more easy spot for Cooper to fight for. If you're looking for easy double points in the 250 class, take a glance at Max Boland. The son of Talon has a 3 handicap and has finished in the top 13 in 10 of 12 motos, including 5 of the last 6. Apart from his consistency, the real treat here is his upside, as Max has finished as high as 5th this season, and if he could go 5-5 this weekend, that would net you 88 points on the weekend. On the 450 side, there's really no one better than Chase Sexton at All-Star. It's really tempting to look at Dungey, Barcia, and Plessinger this weekend, but consistency wins out over value for me here. Chase has finished 1st or 2nd in every single moto but one, 11 of 12 this season, with the lone failure being a respectable 4th. Sexton knows there's not much chance in beating Eli straight up, so if he stays up and logs consistent podiums, that's gotta be his best bet for a championship. A rider to look away from this weekend is Benny Blass. The BBMX Big Rig comes into the 7th round with a 3 handicap, and that means almost all of his value has completely evaporated. He's only finished top 13 in just over half the motos with a best of 10th. Even if he came out and went 10-10 this weekend, that's only going to leave you with 56 points, and there are just better and more consistent value out there in the field. The high handicap hero of the round, given to a rider with a handicap of 10 or more that I think has a realistic chance to score massive points this weekend if you're the type of person that likes to sweat out 70 minutes plus 4 for a big payout. This week, I'm looking towards one of the young stars of the 250 class, and that is Preston Kilroy. The longtime RX Suzuki rider comes into this weekend with a handicap bump up to 14 after a mechanical ended his day earlier. But that is the only time in 8 motos that he has failed to finish inside the top 24. His average finish outside of that DNF is 19.7 with a best of 16th, so you could expect a score in the 70s or 80s this weekend. Moving on to the FFLs, the 250s continue to be a mess. Jet goes 2 for 2 last weekend, taking him up to 3 with his brother. 7 different riders have an FFL in the little class, so it's still a little too sporadic for a strategic pick at this point in the season. In the big class, I don't even think I have to say it. Ken Roczen has been lights out dominant this year in the opening segments like we expect of him. K-Rock now has 8 of 12 and has at least 1 in each weekend except 1. Don't get cute, just take the points here with Kenny. We move 1 time zone west for the Spring Creek National this weekend, and the schedule adjusts accordingly. Qualifying coverage begins on MAV TV Plus on Flow Racing at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. RotoMoto Patreons will enjoy the enhanced cheat sheet around 12:30 Eastern, with the general sheets released to Twitter and Instagram around 1 hour before the gates drop at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. All 4 motos will be available on MAV TV through Flow Racing. A warm, cloudy 85 degrees should make for nice racing, but there is a small chance of moisture as of Thursday, but it should be a non-factor on the track this weekend. Before I show you my early team, I want to talk to you about Maxxis Tire coming on for all 12 rounds so I can deliver these videos for you. You know Maxxis Tire. You know their MXST tire designed by the king of Supercross and my all-time favorite rider, Jeremy McGrath. It is the newest and most advanced tire in the Maxxis MX lineup, featuring an all-new tread pattern, compound, and composition to provide the stability, predictability, and traction that the upper tiers of motocross demand. The entire SGB Honda team runs Maxxis on their race bikes, including PulpMX show favorites and on-again, off-again rivals Alex Ray and Kate Gleason. Available at your local retailer and also at motosport.com. My Thursday night team looks like this. Give me Justin Cooper as my all-star, 6 handicap Rider D before he takes off for Loretta's, Lance Kobush with a 13, as well as high handicap hero Preston Kilroy out of 14. 450 side, let's go Ryan Dungey with a 5. I also have Club MX Yamaha teammates penciled in with Garrett Marchbanks at a 5 and the local boy Troll Train Alex Martin with a 6. Rounding out the squad is Grant Harlan with a 17 after the week off to recover from the sand. The prize for the highest championship league score in Millville will be a race day Ryan Dungey jersey, but if you're not great at fantasy, that is okay. If you want a chance to win something like this autographed Dean Wilson O'Neal jersey, consider joining me over on Patreon. For just about $1 per week, you are entered to win a race used and autographed memorabilia, and insiders and above double their entries, as well as an exclusive podcast talking fantasy stats on every rider in the field, and those enhanced cheat sheets that come out every Saturday. Link for that will be in the description below, and do not forget to follow PulpMX Fantasy and RotoMoto on both Instagram and Twitter for injury updates as the weekend rolls on, qualifying info and stats and banter throughout the race itself, and those fantasy cheat sheets once qualifying is done and wrapped. Thanks as always for watching the PulpMX Fantasy Show presented by Maxxis Tire. My name is Donnie, and may your chiz this weekend. Remember that 8 is great, and most importantly, have fun. Good luck, y'all.